In 2 days, I'm gonna go see Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow with the homie Eric, and he is one of the biggest Supergirl fans that I know. I'm super excited. So I'm keeping things S-themed for the next couple of days. First off, I'm gonna go skateboard. For dinner, I'm gonna have some grilled cheese and tomato soup, and I'm also gonna give you a big ol' summary of the Woman of Tomorrow trade paperback in case you've never read Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow. So let's get to some skating. I also was thinking about Mark Johnson today. He was a legendary skater who passed away recently. I loved the way that he would push on the board, and also his part in Yeah Right was one of my most influential parts when I started skateboarding. There's a specific line that he does where he does this beautiful full cab down like a 3-stair. He's just effortless. So let's get to skating, let's get to tomato soup in, and let's talk Supergirl. About Supergirl?
Nothing.
Nothing? Can you give anything?
It's like Superman, but a woman.
Here is the good old bookshelf, all the DC compacts, as you see. Superman. That's not what we're looking for. Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow. And got a beast mode bookmark there too. Look at that. I know we got some absolutely insane framing here, but it is Wednesday, the day before seeing the movie. I wanted to give a quick review upon reread of Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow. This is by Tom King and Bilquis Everly, and Matthias Lopez. I always want to pronounce people's name correctly. For those who've never read a Supergirl book, this is, I think, the place to start. For me personally, I knew about Supergirl. There was like some DC Shorts cartoon on Cartoon Network that had like Supergirl and Batwoman and someone else. Maybe was she in Young Justice at all? I don't think so. But the animated series was mainly my exposure to Supergirl. I knew that Supergirl wasn't a Superman clone, and this is a book that really helps continue to make that divide. I know I'm suggesting this, and if I suggest it and then you open up a page and you see this amount of dialogue, you're gonna be like, oh brother, this guy stinks. Come on, Andre, why are you giving me so much dialogue? But it's a comic book, and Tom King leans a lot on great dialogue. You'll actually find that it doesn't focus around Supergirl at first. It actually focuses around this character. Where is she? That was her mom. It focuses around a character named Ruthie. And Ruthie's father, here's Ruthie. Ruthie's right here. Ruthie's father was killed by an enemy named Krem, and so this is actually Ruthie who is on a quest of vengeance, which I find to be super interesting. She crossed paths with Supergirl while Supergirl was orbiting a red sun, trying to get lit, trying to get drunk. Overall, she found that Supergirl had a lot of powers, had a lot of grit. She enjoyed how she spoke, and the two embark on a journey to hunt down Krem. Supergirl was teaching a lot of lessons to Ruthie because Supergirl, unlike Superman, was able to experience life on Krypton and find a lot of loss. And I found the dynamic between Supergirl and Ruthie to be very endearing, because Ruthie is someone who's super eloquent in speech, and Supergirl is someone who is very brash in speech and keeps it 100 the whole time. There isn't necessarily clean resolves here, which is what I enjoy. There's a lot of darkness. Krem is pretty messed up as a villain. There's a lot of action and just a lot of resiliency. Supergirl struggles a lot through this story. Orbiting different suns, she is not as powerful as just someone who is invulnerable and can face whatever. I am really curious to see how this matches up against the movie, but it was very necessary for me to do a reread. It's New Comic Book Day. We're keeping everything S-themed, so New Comics Day. I'm going to link up with the homie Eric, and I'm going to ask him to review this as well. Let's get it.
He's here.
Yes. We're seeing Supergirl tomorrow. Eric, give us your thoughts on Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow, the book itself before the movie.
First off, this is on my Mount Rushmore of stories.
Yeah,
like,
facts.
This is what made me, Supergirl is my favorite superhero. Like, she is the one, the GOAT.
Yep.
But I just love how this touches on a lot more themes of, like, heaviness compared to, like, a Superman. A lot of trauma within this, dealing with that, but then also not letting it kind of affect you in a negative way, you know, like using that kind of to make you the superhero. Like, even though you've gone through this, you still do what's right.
Facts.
So that's why I love Supergirl for real, but
What do you give it out of, I don't know, 5? Let's go out of 5.
oh, bro, we're going 5.
Yeah,
'Cause
that's straight
the
5.
art,
Yeah.
what's her name? Bill Evely?
Yeah.
Phenomenal. Like,
Yeah.
this is right up my alley on my favorite art. Like, look at that. And you got even Ruthie out here fighting dinosaur. Like, the story's crazy, and I love space, so
Yeah.
this is right up my alley of just a nice space adventure.
Yep.
Of, you know, finding some guys, some bounty hunter type people that just go around murdering.
Yeah.
It has even
OD.
topics of genocide in here.
Yes.
Like, it gets heavy within here, so 10 out of 10,
10
5 out of 5.
So if
All-
this is a 5 out of 5, what was the movie going to be?
my expectations are through the roof for the
Yeah,
movie. I
yeah,
love
same.
James Gunn.
Yeah.
I love the DCU so far.
Yeah.
Really, though, I love Millie Alcock. She looks great as Supergirl.
Yeah.
I think the look so far is perfect. I haven't really watched many trailers
Same.
to kind of try to keep
Same.
you know, from spoiling, but even though I know the story, but
Yeah.
I think they're gonna do a great job. If it's
Yep.
anything like Superman, this should be peak.
Thursday. If I could assume or predict how I will feel about it, I will say that I'm gonna really like it, but not as much as Superman. Eric brought up something really good yesterday in saying how much he relates to the character Supergirl, and that's what I felt last year with Superman, in his honestly like endless optimism. Same way I feel about Captain America, endless optimism, and the way that he defends. Not saying that Supergirl doesn't defend, but I like the impetus and the reasoning behind her character is much different than Superman, which I think is awesome. So it's awesome to know that Eric relates to Supergirl a lot and that I relate to Superman quite a bit. So we'll see. I still have no clue what Lobo is going to be doing in this, so yeah, let's get to work. Let's get to Supergirl. Just wrapping up my day and excited to go see Supergirl. I have like about 45 minutes before Eric is ready to see the movie and before we see it. So I brought some dinner with me to eat before doing that. I have snacks prepared for him, some cookies and some candy, the classic things. On the theme with Supergirl, I did want to talk about just feeling maybe beaten up by work or inadequate, and there are some days where there might be high standards or just feeling like incompatibility, and I've been doing my best to remind myself that when I do feel down or be like, man, like I'm just not getting it, things are just not sticking, where am I actually identifying and where's my identity and how do I persevere and push forward? And not being corny at all, but it did remind me of Supergirl, at least the Woman of Tomorrow graphic novel. I can't speak for the movie yet. No matter how beaten down you can get, you can always get up. That simple. Cheers. Oh, this fit is actually crazy, bro. It's like,
Fire.
yeah, you ready?
Oh, we ready?
Onward. Oh, yeah, we up.
Right?
Come on. Gosh, dang it, man. Come on.
My goat. Dude, this is when I'm like, the patriarchy sucks and they ruined this movie. He didn't even be a freak.
He didn't even be-
his freaky uncle.
Yeah, he was, bro. We're gonna give our mostly non-spoiler thoughts about Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow. So if you don't want to hear like anything that's resembling any type of spoiler, go watch the movie, come back here and let us know what you think, but it's time to debrief.
First off, we got it on us.
Yeah.
This,
Yeah.
for me,
Yeah.
arguably favorite comic story, top 5 for sure.
Mm.
My expectations were high because you
Through the
have
roof.
the answer right here.
Yeah.
How you fumbled that?
Yeah,
bro?
yeah.
Oh my
No,
God.
yeah,
I hate
no.
to say it, my
Yeah.
goat.
Yeah.
My goat,
Yeah.
my God.
What do you give it out of 10?
Okay,
What do you give it out of 10?
10? We're gonna go like 6, 7.
Yeah, I'm probably at a 6.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. Like let me give my gripes. I'll give my gripes. So, okay, overall, biggest thing with the book is that we have Ruthie and we have Supergirl, who both have grief, who both have trauma, and through their adventures you see this growth and this mechanism of no matter how much is ahead of you and against you, like you can push through. So Krem as a villain and his people as villains, he didn't have, like, he was ridiculously strong. Eric said it best, hashtag not my Krem. I don't know who that Power Ranger villain brother was, but he wasn't
freak.
Krem. He a
That is
freaky.
not it.
He a freaky.
And he doesn't need to be, because
He doesn't need to be strong. Yeah,
I
go
feel
ahead.
like the biggest thing with the story with Krem is he's more of an ideology than an actual villain in this. And so the whole, you know, antagonist is not necessarily a person, but this idea of revenge, and this is what will fulfill you or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I love about the story in the book is that it really dives deep into the theme of grief and the themes of trauma and dealing with that. And I'll give the movie credit. They did tap into those themes.
They did pretty, of
like grief and all with Kara.
Yeah, because there are the sections that I saw you shaking your head and nodding because it's so funny. Because it's like where I relate to Superman, you relate to Supergirl, and I saw you like during like some of her monologues being like nodding your head, and I'm like, oh, that's really cool. Like there's a point of connection. You're talking about like they could have done more with those things. I think a lot of this movie they could have done less. This like wasn't it's very complex and very deep, but the thing about it is that also in terms of budget and necessary things, we didn't need Lobo. What was Lobo doing in this? We didn't need him. Was that 25 million? Was that part of the budget? Because we did not need Lobo. I love Jason Momoa as Lobo.
He did a good job.
He did a good job.
Phenomenal.
He did a good job.
Why he's in this story? Bro, I'm gonna go on my feminist rant. He's spoiler.
Yeah,
type.
spoiler.
He is in this essentially to save Supergirl and Ruthie when they're about to like fall.
Yeah,
that
did that.
Got me. That is not my Supergirl. That is not my Ruthie. Like,
I don't know why they did that.
On their self.
Yeah.
They don't need no Lobo.
Yeah, I don't know why they did that.
But you know,
I don't know why they did that. And look, Eric and I understand where it's DCU, like you have to fit it in the narrative of this grand scheme. So Lobo's gonna be somewhere, like whatever, like I get it. But like honestly, if they would have had if they would have had him in that bar scene and then never had him again, I'd have been like, okay, that was funny, and we know that we'll see him again. Cameo, do it that way. But having him as this weird like focal point took away from the journey that Supergirl and Ruthie had for themselves and then as characters together.
Right.
Again, we don't need the because it was like narratively Ruthie's perspective. I get it. Like you don't want to do that because it's Supergirl the movie. You don't want to lose people's attention. Cool. I'm with you. My issue is that now you kind of watered down the essence of what we're looking for. You know, like yeah, you're right, bro. You're right. We honestly a part of this too. We didn't need Superman in this story too, and I love Superman, and I think he's my favorite Superman. What's his name? What's the actor's name?
David Cornsworth.
He's amazing. Like Superman is amazing. When he was in it, I enjoyed it. Again, if you read this book, you're not gonna find him in there. And
no other superheroes.
There's no other superheroes,
Supergirl.
and that's the strength again of what this story is. So last thing I'll say, again, budget is, and again, was it because of Jason Momoa's check? Like I don't know, budget kind of ran out on some points, and so some of it I was like, bro, I've seen scenes in Mighty Morphin Power Rangers that look like this, and that's not good, you know, like that's not good. And again, I'm not trying to nitpick, I'm just saying they focused on the wrong things, because if you're having this huge boss battle at the end, and yet do you mind like flipping to the end, flip to like some of the end battle sequences here.
Off the bat, first off, look at all this color that's within like these panels on their setting and the scene. Like they got the beach, they got, and then Supergirl's in space. They definitely deviated away from the space a lot more than this comic does. It's a lot less space exploration quest. More grounded within like a couple planets. So overall, entertaining movie.
Yeah,
like the action scenes, the choreography of the fights.
They're good
Supergirl
fights.
does look good flying around, punching some dudes in the face.
Really good fights.
Millie, phenomenal Supergirl in my opinion. She looks it, she acts it.
I'm with that.
Really good.
I'm with that.
Ruthie, phenomenal cast.
I'm with that.
Lobo, even though he shouldn't be there, phenomenal cast.
I'm with that. He just felt out of place.
Yeah, it's just, that was not James Gunn. I know that.
Yeah.
For sure it wasn't.
Golly. Form your own opinion, right? So I think overall it's your money is important, like how you spend your money and everything. But don't hear our critiques or other people's critiques and then run with it. I can already see, like, you know, I already said to Eric, I was like, I bet you someone's gonna say the best part of Supergirl was Superman. I could see that as a headline, and I think that's lazy. I have my critiques, but like there's something good there that my hope is that we'll look back on this and be like, yeah, that wasn't the best, but they actually figured out how to utilize her stronger.
Exactly. She has the potential. She has the potential to be phenomenal.
In the DCU.
Yes.
If you've not read Woman of Tomorrow and you see this movie and you're kind of like, I'm telling you, please, it'll like $15 bucks, 15, it's like $15. Get it used, do whatever you got to do. Get DCU app for free for a little bit. Get the DC Compact for $10. Yeah, like we're not getting paid to do this, but Tom King and the team killed it. So,
and that may be a thing. After reading this, the expectations were very high for this movie because the story is so strong. So that also may influence our opinion on
That's true. That's true. That's true. Yeah.
Giving it a 6-7.
Yep. Yeah. Giving it a 6. And let us know your thoughts. If you made it to this far in the video, I'd love to hear what you thought of Supergirl. We have a lot more movies this summer, so we'll see. Anything else?
Nah, Bakara Zor-El, she better be in the future. Like, if that somehow tanks it, and
Yeah,
then
I'll be
Supergirl's
sucky.
no,
Yeah, I'll be.
I'm a loser.
Yeah.
Because that is my goat.
Yeah, facts. All right, y'all.
All right.
Thanks so much for watching. Catch you next time.